Hello, it's Robert Simmons again, still talking about Azozeo Phenacites. There is another piece to the story of Azozeo Phenacite that I didn't get to in my other video about this, and I didn't want to leave it out, so I'm doing a shorter one right now just to fill this gap in. And what I want to show you first is another one of the Azozeo Phenacites that I acquired from my collection just about 2 years ago, a year and a half ago. No, just a little more than a year ago. And this is a very large piece that's closely related to what I showed you before, the grandmother phenacite. This is the one I call the great mother phenacite. This phenacite crystal is most definitely the largest one that's been found thus far, and it's about 40 pounds. So I didn't lift it up for the camera because it is 40 pounds, but you can see it's quite similar in its general form and appearance to the grandmother phenacite. Needless to say, this crystal is profoundly powerful, and I've been working with it for just a little over a year. So I'm going to bring this back to where I was before, and I'm going to read you a little something that comes out of the Alchemy of Stones, the book I've just completed that's coming out in the fall. When I was writing the chapter on phenacite for that book, I sat with the great mother phenacite and connected with it as a being, and something unusual happened in that I got words. I got quite a lot of words from connecting with this particular stone. And it spoke as a being. So that happens very rarely in my work with stones. Most often when I communicate, I get symbolic communication in images. So to get words was unusual, and the story that the stone seemed to want to tell is something I want to share with you. So I'll just read it to you now. This is the stone being of Azozeo Phenacite speaking. Human life and all life, including the life of stones, involves the intertwining of one's spiritual signature or divine essence with the physical embodiment or material form. This entwinement, in this entwinement, a third thing is brought into being. This is what is known as the subtle body, the body of each individual soul. As individuals, your most important task is to develop and embody yourself as a soul, which entails the process of consciously building and strengthening your subtle body. The subtle body is also the body that lives on after death, so bringing it into its optimal state is very important. The more fully developed the subtle body becomes, the stronger and more fully aware one can be as a soul after the physical incarnation is over. In this embodiment as Azozeo Phenacite, I offer much love and subtle body nourishment to my human partners. My currents resonate with divine love in a way that infuses divine light into the subtle body field and can bring a much greater awareness. This is not a process that takes place all at once, but you will be able to feel its onset immediately. There is a profound pleasure in receiving the currents I offer. This pleasure has to do with the experience of the expansion and unfolding of your subtle body. It is as if you are a flower that begins to bloom. If you work with me frequently and sincerely, you will find yourself awakening to the realization that you are much more than you had imagined. I do not mean that you are special, since all human souls are greater than your surface selves have understood. But I do mean that you are meant to function in a consciousness that is rooted in the subtle body more than in the physical form. As you nourish your subtle body through living a life of truth and through receiving what I and many crystalline beings are offering to you, you will experience your center of awareness shifting into a new location in the realm of energy and image within which your subtle body is growing. In this domain, all forms are embodiments of meaning. This is why it is important to live a life of truth, because truth is an organizing force around which your subtle body can crystallize. It is also helpful to practice working with imagination to develop the understanding of symbols and their meanings, because in the subtle body realm, beings appear as images and energies which continually express meaning in symbolic renderings. You might say that this is the way we talk, except that in this realm there is only truth, because the symbolic talk is the manifested imagery of our state of being. In the physical realm, there is a natural stability that is given to you because the forms of things do not change rapidly. In the subtle body realm, changes in consciousness manifest immediately as changes in image and energy. Again, this is why truth and a strong imaginative awareness are important. They become your means of orienting and organizing your awareness. I and all the crystalline beings are aligned with the purpose of the earth. In a way, we are all vibrational expressions of the earth's purpose. By purpose, I refer to a desire so deep that it merges completely with the earth's identity. The purpose of the earth, her fiery desire, is to marry herself to the light of heaven in a way that will bring something new to its birth. This birth is what you might call the divine child, although the birth of this child requires enlightenment to spread through the human world and through the physical earth. It is the miracle of miracles, wherein all matter and all life become purely physical and purely spiritual at the same time. It is what was referred to symbolically as, quote, resurrection, although it is not about bringing dead bodies back to life. It is about bringing all matter to consciousness, life, love, and light. Individual people can play their role in fulfilling the purpose of the earth through following their natural processes of spiritual evolution. This is the path upon which you choose to consciously grow, nourish, and develop your subtle body, and allow your center of awareness to move into its new mansion, the blossoming of soul, which is your awakened body of light. If you do this while still physically alive, you contribute more to the purpose of the earth, because your fully awakened subtle body, your body of light, will be grounded and integrated with your physical incarnation. This same accomplishment is in accord with your individual soul purpose, because you are all children of the earth, expressions of the earth, and the earth loves you with shining eyes. My physical embodiment, the Azozeo Phenacite stones. Act as bridges by which the energies I offer can most readily reach you. For some of you, simply viewing a photo of one of my crystal forms, or even calling to me inwardly, may be enough to establish our connection. This will become easier as more people work with me through my physical stone embodiments. This is because we are building all of this together, and those who practice and engage me through my stones will both benefit themselves and contribute to the field. The field of the miracle of the earth's purpose will be a manifestation in the subtle realm. This realm is not only a bridge between heaven and earth, it is also the birthing ground for the divine child, the budding reality into which earth's purpose is being brought forth. The marriage the earth seeks, when it is consummated, will vastly expand the subtle realm, which will then contain both the physical and spiritual realities within itself, within the ecstatic union of spirit and matter in which all will be love. When you hold me and invite my energies into yourself, you will feel the touch and the taste of all that I offer. I invite you to call my energies into yourselves, allowing them to nourish and grow your subtle bodies. I also request and hope that you will offer yourselves to the purpose of the earth through your interface with me. All you need to do is to offer your intention, your inner yes, to the purpose of the earth, and to give your attention to imagining its fulfillment in whatever way you wish to do so. Imagine your energies flowing back to me, just as my energies flowed into you. There is no loss in doing this. Indeed, it magnifies what we are creating together. As you practice with me, give attention to all that is developing in yourself. Try to notice every sensation that occurs within your subtle body. Pour your attention into everything that happens, and allow yourself to see the blooming of your soul in whatever imagery comes to you. Allow all of your senses to become more acute and sensitive. Let the discovery of your inner world sharpen your perception and understanding of the physical world and how it is pervaded by meaning. My energies will assist you in doing this. Part of my intention and purpose is to awaken and enhance the light that is waiting in many other stones. If you are working with me, you may join me in this by bringing me into their presence and creating a ritual for their greater activation. Let go. Surrender. Surrender all fear and inner tension, relaxing and luxuriating in the light and love that is offered to you through me. Imagine that you are like a butterfly in its cocoon, transforming in every cell, becoming a new kind of being. For this is indeed what is occurring. My vibrational name, Azozeo, invokes your ascension and the ascension of the earth. My energy is this word in pure vibrational form. When you feel my presence through my vibrations, you may speak the word Azozeo. Whisper it or say it in your heart, and my energy will grow within you. I am one face of the Great Mother. My eyes shine upon you, and my love bathes you. Come to me. So that's the transmission or the words that came to me from the Great Mother Phenacite of all of the family of Azozeo Phenacite crystals. And it moved me, and it resonates still in me when I read it to you. So this will all be part of the chapter about Phenacite in the Alchemy of Stones book when it comes out. But I wanted to read it to you before it comes out so that you get a feeling for how the stone being presents itself and of the great, vast potential that is being spoken of and is being envisioned, and that we have the opportunity to help make it real. So I just couldn't finish without putting that out there for you. And maybe it's good that it's a separate video because this is a bit shorter. You don't have to wait through all of Robert Simmons' ideas to get to this now. All right, so anyway, everybody, thanks again, and many blessings.